Here we are getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
Time for our tail of the tape. So it's Evgeny Gradovich, 5'7.5" tall, with a reach of 6. So it's Evgeny Gradovich, known for fighting in a Mexican style. This is El Ruso Mexicano, 26 fights. He's got 23 wins, 2 losses, and 9 KOs. Diego Corrales.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Igram, Russia, a featherweight title holder known as El Ruso Mexicano, Evgeny Gradovich.
So much hype surrounding this big. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Looking to land the hook. Punch, counter punch. There's a counter shot. You don't want to trade shots. Your footwork has to be on point when you're fighting a swarmer. If it's not, you're going to get caught in the corner and beaten up.
You are fighting a swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
That counter shot lands. It's all offense all the time. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice exchange here from both men. Those counter punches have to hurt. Time they drop their guard, they get caught. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Evgeny Gradovich in that last round. Well, it's no secret who. And there's the bell for round 2. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
This fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best of the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
That punch is beginning to take its toll. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
The straight right just misses. And he scores with the counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Evgeny Gradovich in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest.
And get back out there.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
These two featherweights are going to let their hands go. You know that.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Nice counter shot. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The straight right just misses. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
That counter punch caught him clean. Has to be careful. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Evgeny Gradovich in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. There's the bell to start round 4. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Catch and shoot. That jab doesn't score. The perfect counter lands. The straight right just misses. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
This is a high-octane battle. Nice job by him to block that jab. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Evgeny Gradovich in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious. Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the 5th. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
The straight right just misses. They exchange punches. Perfect counter shot. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
The straight right just misses. Good counter punching. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Evgeny Gradovich in that last round. I promise you, all three judges.
That was a terrible one.
Here we go in the 6th round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Beautiful counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Corrales is stumbling and bubbling.
He's dazed. Where shall he look? What should he do?
And going to the canvas is Corrales.
I've seen many shots like that. A simple, short shot. Put the fighter down.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Clearly his opponent was too much for him and he's thrown in the towel. And that will do it. This fight is over. They have given up.